So, British food. If British food had no fans, then I would be dead. And not just from boredom, from the lack of flavour our cuisine has. Well, here's the thing. Hundreds of years ago, the British Empire had a big part to play in the spice trade. And despite this, paprika, I hardly know her. A lot of British classics avoid interesting flavour, but I'm not quite sure why British food is the one thing in particular that is universally laughed at, when basically every culture has at least one slop-esque meal devoid of charm. Have you ever seen Hamburger Helper?
Look at this. Doesn't stop it saying that.
Or Met? Raw pork? Raw pork that is sometimes organised into the shape of a hedgehog? They say that the British eat like the war never ended. And part of the reason why is, despite being simple, it does actually taste good, in my opinion. I can't offer you a spoonful through the screen, but I could try and show you some of my favourite British foods, and while I could show them to you with drawings or photos, maybe instead I could enlist some help and film the food. Gotta buy some British food first though, like beans.
The nasty ones or the sausage?
Sausage ones are good.
Cheap and nasty.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Biscuits, cookies.
Jaffa cake.
Do you not want Minecraft Oreos?
The square, what's the point?
Sorry, what? Now, I can't use the original audio I recorded here, it was full of copyrighted music in the background. But look at these sacks of 400 tea bags. You can buy sacks that have 1,000 in online. And,
I think I'm genuinely gonna have to censor what that word says. But,
Anyway, let's address these foods in meal order. As well as showing you the food, I want to introduce you to some well-known British restaurants. Across the UK, there are over 800 Wetherspoons branches. They're known for serving cheap food and drinks, having weird carpets, and absolutely loving a microwave.
We are at Wetherspoons. One of the magical, wonderful things about Wetherspoons is that you don't have to talk to human beings. You can order on your phone. And a traditional breakfast is £3.69, which is unbelievably cheap. Yeah, it's very cheap. Suspiciously cheap. So, that's what I'm getting. We have toast, sausages, hash browns. Not sure how authentic that is, but we vibe.
They're American.
Bacon, baked beans, and egg. I mean, I guess more traditionally you'd have something like black pudding, alas.
A fry-up will often contain things like grilled tomatoes, fried mushrooms, or black pudding. But I don't like those vegetables, and black pudding scares me, so...
Honestly, I don't care, I'm sorry. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Except for the egg, actually. Don't, oh my god, the yolk's gonna explode. No. Okay, that's way better. Bone up the teeth.
To me, this is a combination of foods that make sense, but I can kind of see why it might not. You just gotta trust me on this, it's very good. It's almost as good as...
That doesn't look edible.
Alright, bet. This video is sponsored by Incogni. I bet you love spending time online. So do I. And I bet you love signing up to things online too. So do I.
Dude, get out of my house!
And I bet you love the information you signed up with being sold to other companies. Wait, that's not. Those weird spam emails and calls you get? Yep, that's probably from that happening, and that data being out and about means your privacy and safety may be at risk too. The good news is that you can take it down, the bad news is that it takes hours, if not days or weeks to do so, unless you get some help, like from Incogni. Incogni helps you to protect your privacy and take your personal data off the market by reaching out to data brokers on your behalf, requesting your personal data removal, and dealing with their objections. And let me tell you, after months of using Incogni, it's still actively helping helping me out, and my spam folder has never been quieter. And so let me recommend you go to incogni.com/owiebrainhurts and use code owiebrainhurts to get an exclusive offer of 60% off. That's incogni.com/owiebrainhurts and use code owiebrainhurts, or click the link below to take your personal data off the market. Okay, let's get back to the video. There's a core ingredient in my favourite British lunches: bread. This one's a common breakfast choice too. You will need 2 slices of bread, butter, and back bacon. This is the most common bacon in the UK. If you ask for bacon somewhere, you're not going to be given the American style rashers. Meals and foods involving bacon or sausages will typically be offered with either red or brown sauce. It's kind of like barbecue sauce's emo cousin. Many would say that bacon sandwiches should be made with red sauce, but screw you, this is my sandwich, and I'm gonna cut it across rather than diagonally. Cancel me, I dare you. Brace yourself, we're going into dangerous territory. Toast, butter, and Marmite with Elton John on the front. Marmite, alongside every questionable British food, is a real don't knock it till you try it situation. It's so good with warm butter, and it's kind of nutritious. What we've all been waiting for. More toast, more butter, and... listen to that. That's disgusting. I got beans with hot dogs in because I'm also disgusting. A bit of black pepper, a bit of brown sauce. Bob's your uncle, your nan's a Tory. So, if you had to pick, which one of these would you eat? I genuinely enjoy all of them. Please don't unsubscribe. Do you hear that? It's the tea time alarm, and it's time for a little snack. I'll make us both a tea with my insane arms. You are welcome. And while those brew, let me show you how cute British biscuits are. These are chocolate-covered digestives. They're pretty simple, a little oaty, a reliable choice. Malted milks have little cows on them. Oh my god. They're sweet, a little malty and buttery. You might be familiar with jammy dodgers if you enjoy Doctor Who. There is a thick, sticky jam layer inside 2 crumbly, buttery biscuits. Bourbons! I like how the biscuits are often labelled with their own names. Chocolate flavoured inside and out, they are a common favourite. Little tiny Jaffa cakes. Debatably cake rather than biscuit, there's a jelly orange disc inside. My camera's autofocus is crap, but you can kind of see it. Custard creams are a classic. They're a vanilla-y cream sandwich biscuit that is asking to be dunked in tea. And shortbread, which is Scottish, actually. But I really like shortbread and wanted to buy it. They're very buttery. Yum! Yum. What's not to love? Look at this! I think a tea and a biscuit makes everything better. I'm about to show you another British spectacle. This is Toby Carvery. What is a carvery, you may ask? Well, it's a place where you can go to get a classic British roast dinner, also known as a Sunday lunch. Alas, it is Saturday. I am being filmed, recording right now. Okay, they carve the meat for you, hence the word carvery. These are all across the country, and yes, I am a virgin, a Toby virgin. I've never been. I've been to carvery, I've never been to a Toby. I'm being so perceived right now, and yay! And so in we went. Toby. Toby. There were all sorts of meat options, Yorkshire puddings, which are amazing. They're so easy to make and go well with anything, I would recommend, and plenty of side options. They're crispier. Ow. Toby's famous gravy. What makes it famous? Oh, in that case, yes please. Yes, I spilt it everywhere. Shut up, I'm clumsy. This pile-up is the perfect mix of meat, vegetables, sauces, and carbohydrates. Look at that. Mine's a bit more, What are you doing? Oh, I've got too much gravy. I made a mistake. My gluttony disgusts me. This is the kind of greed they talk about in the Bible. And at this angle, it looks foul. But trust me, it's so good.
Well, now I'm turned on, so...
I'm sorry.
The vibes in Toby were pretty artificially cozy. There was an owl in a suit for some reason, and there was a bunch of creepy jugs. Sick. I'd show you more food, but honestly, I'm not in a rush to film in public again anytime soon. Okay, that threw me off. That threw me off, dude. This video was a little different. It's not something I intend on doing very often, but it's fun to play with the format sometimes, and I hope you enjoyed it. I upload around once a month or so, I stream pretty regularly, and it would mean a lot if you subscribed. Mwah. See you soon. Bye-bye. What you shouldn't do when filming a video like this and then proceeding to eat all the food is what I did, which is read about all the ways that red meat and processed meat are bad for you. Anyway, time to eat sausages.